This is my 2008 Suzuki RM85, which is arguably one of the worst Suzuki RM85s in existence. Saw this bad boy on Facebook Marketplace, and I figured I had to have it. And I really just picked the worst one possible here. We might as well start with the bad. We got some silicone here because allegedly this thing was mixing some water into combustion. It has a new piston that, a little bit of damage on it. Nice eBay special here. And we can take a look at our cylinder, and it doesn't get much better. It's a little scored. You can kind of see some cross hatching left in it a little bit. So it's not the end of the world, but we'll see if it runs. It's probably going to be pretty bad. Some real fine engineering going on here. We got the quadruple washer and probably a cross-threaded bolt going right in there. So that's going to be awesome. Let's see. We got this right here. Don't know what happened here. Looks like someone used maybe some teeth in here, or a pry bar to get this bolt off. I really don't know what happened there. The face doesn't look much better. We got a lot of scoring going on here, which isn't going to be good for our gasket. Looks like it got burnt. Just a whole lot of not good going on here. But we'll move on to other parts. So here's some other stuff that I thought was going to be good. I got a whole set, of good cases and a good crank. But as we can see, this crank is very much stuck and not good at all. And these beautiful cases are pretty far from good. That's some good old JB Weld on the drain. We got a nice big crack up here, and I think there's just a little bit of metal going on all in here. Really nothing good going on in here. So these are basically all junk and worthless, which this would have redeemed most of the buying price. I paid $700 for this heap of garbage. They were all good, but they're not. As you can see, a nice little chip out here on this side too. Got this clutch cover. This might be good. I don't have high hopes. I haven't looked at everything, but immediately it doesn't look split in half or anything. Allegedly, we have all of the parts here, which is usually not the case. But we also have some other things in here that might tell us some stories. For example, this piston, not looking too hot. Looks like maybe a spark plug broke and kind of bounced around there. Looks like this was maybe seized at one point. Maybe not. It doesn't look horrible like it was seized, but definitely nothing good going on here either. Then we get things like the old clutch basket that also tells us some stories. It's missing more teeth than it really should ever be missing. And we have some of the worst grooves I've ever seen in a clutch basket, which probably means this thing was clutch dumped a lot. Moving back to the actual bike, we see we have, just way more loose than we ever should back here. It looks like our swing arm bushings are bad, and then this is just not even tight at all. So maybe this isn't all bad, but I'm gonna assume it is. And then up here we might be down a tooth, I think. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That doesn't look good. Moving on to the other side of the bike, we see some very OEM equipment here. Very OEM. We're missing a little bolt right here. Apparently I have that one somewhere in that box. Not too sure about that. Clutch cable, oh, it looks fine. Yeah, there's a bolt here and there's a, oh, no bolt. So we're gonna have to pull that out. Hopefully we can get a replacement and not have to replace this whole arm, because that would suck. We can also see if we go up here. Yeah, this cable is pretty stretched too. This is nice and broken off for us. This is nice and aftermarket. We got this nice stainless braided cable, which is going right down to our, this actually works surprisingly. I really didn't think it would. And somehow I don't think the fork seals are super blown. We will see later, but yeah. I guess now we'll try to move on to the good, as good as it really gets here. We got a little pro circuit pipe. It's pretty banged up, but at least it's something. Another thing is we have some V-force reeds, maybe. Hopefully these aren't fake. They could be, totally, probably are. The other thing is our crank, at least, is side to side, not very much. Up and down, 0. And it's nice and free. It spins over fine. So luckily I think our crank is good. Next thing is our trans, I think is also good. We have first. Maybe we don't have first. I spoke too soon. Oh, we have something. Maybe we lost first in the process. Oh, there's first. Okay, we do have first, second, third, fourth, and maybe fifth. Okay, fifth. Yep, okay. That's good. Also got a nice complimentary, ooh, full tank of unknown mix. In these days, this is about $40 worth of gas in here. No, but actually this is probably gonna go in the fire. If the EPA is watching, I meant I will dispose of this properly. Because who knows if this caused anything to burn up, blow up, etc. Our head here appears to be not amazing. Again, I think a spark plug might have broke off and dented the head. I should probably just replace this head. But again, we're gonna see if this bike runs before I put a single more dollar into it. So hopefully with the random scavenged bolts we have, we can hopefully put this thing together, get it to run, and then we will figure out if we're going to dump an irresponsible amount of money into this and get it to be in a reasonable condition, or if we will put it back on the good old marketplace and let someone else take care of this nightmare of a bike. It really does baffle me how some people even decide they're going to work on a bike when this is what they do to it. I mean, we got just God knows what they use to try to get this off. And I'm really hoping it's not going to ruin the mounting surface. And if you really ever think you're going to use clear silicone to make a gasket on your bike, you really just need to never try, please. I'm going to say drugs were heavily involved in this decision. To really top things off, bringing this heap of garbage home, I failed to realize that there were no seat screws in this seat. And the seat proceeded to blow off and is now somewhere on the highway. I'm sure someone has picked it up by now and, is basking in glory of their beautiful 2008 RM85 seat that they now own. But yeah, I hope they have fun with that. I definitely don't need it. I'll just, you know, get my sucked by the air filter here. No big deal. And I think that wraps up our bike check here. Next video, I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit and maybe get it to run. We'll see if that's going to happen or not with the amount of stripped bolts on this bike. But if it does, you know, that video will be posted. If it doesn't, that video will probably still be posted. You know, we got high hopes here, you know. We got a great baseline here. Not really. It's probably going to be a nice little part out bike, but, you know, we got to be hopeful.